Shalom, this is Yehudit Goldfarb from Sfat. I want to share with you a review of the Otiyot Hayyot movements that I do to count the Omer for this last week, the week of Yesod, the 6th week of the Omer Count, starting with the 36th day of the Omer, which was Hesed of Yesod. I will do the movements, the combinations 3 times, one for the level of the nefesh level of our soul, which interacts with the material world, the physical world, the ruach level, which has more to do with our emotional level of soul, and the neshama, which is more our thought process, our mental level. So you start with your feet together and then move my left foot side and make my feet parallel. Knees are slightly bent. The earth holding me up from below, a string from above holding me there, and maintaining the stance of knees slightly bent and hanging from a string, which is the base of each of the series. I will begin with Hesed Sheba Yesod, which is the Sagol for Hesed combined with the Shiruk for Yesod, for the 36th day of the Omer. Ooh. 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 Has to do with fixing any blockages with our place of loving kindness and openness within our relationships, within those places of connection and communication and intimacy, the foundation, the Yesod. The next one was the 37th day of the Omer, which was Gevurah Sheba Yesod. Gevurah has to do with setting boundaries and strength that comes from clear delineation of your limits, knowing your limits, awareness of limits, and making priorities. So it's a Shvan Nach on top, and the Shru on the bottom. Ooh. 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 Gevurah Sheba Yesod. That was the 37th day. The 38th day, which was 5 weeks and 3 days, is Tiferet Sheba Yesod. Tiferet having to do with balance and harmony and alignment with something greater than ourselves. Was the whole lam is the vowel sound that goes with the Sefirot of Tiferet. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Then we move on to the 39th day, 5 weeks and 4 days, which is Netzach Sheba Yesod. Netzach has to do with that place of perseverance and victory in your decision-making process, within your relationships, within your connectedness, within places, connections and intimacy and communication. So Netzach is the Harik and Yesod is the Shiruk. E. Ooh. E. Ooh. So you could think of it as a fixing of our sense of purpose when we make communications. We have a clear sense of our purpose, our goal. Then we have Hod, the refining quality. Hod has to do with having empathy for others so we can see from other perspectives. So if you're in relationship, being able to see from the other person's relationship and modify your language, perhaps, if you're speaking to fit that other person's being able to receive what you want to say to them. That's one way of looking at empathy or Hod within Yesod. You keep your center at the beginning of Yesod and then turn to the left to make this is for the Hod aspect, centering, and then it's the 3 dots in a row. So it's the kibbutz, ooh, and then the shiruk of your communication, ooh. To the right, ooh. Ooh. And in front, left hand low. Ooh. Ooh. And then we moved to the 40th, that was the 40th day. The 41st day was Yesod Sheba Yesod. This is the 5 weeks and 6 days of the Omer Count. So we double the shiruk. This is a fixing of our way of communicating within our relationship, would be one way to describe it. Way of creating a sacred relationship. Ooh. 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 I often think of it as speaking from the heart because the movement moves from my heart space out. And then the 42nd day of the Omer, which we've just completed here in Sfat, which is Malchut Sheba Yesod, which is the full 6th week. And Malchut is being present, being grounded, being centered. And the movement that I do for Malchut is awareness of being breathed by Hashem. Because every moment we are inspired afresh by Hashem breathing us. And with that breath, we're able to move and act in the world. So I wait for my breath to happen, and then I do the shiruk, the combination of movements. Ooh. 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 And that's the week of Yesod, doing the Otiyot Hayyot movements for the vowel sounds and the vowel shapes that go in correspondence to the Sefirot on the Kabbalistic tree of life for counting the 49 days of the Omer. I bring my foot to close, and I'll continue with my next tape separately as we move into the week of Malchut, the final week before Shavuot. Shalom.